Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Geo on the Go. Geo here today, and today I'm going to talk about how I handle my money overseas in Southeast Asia. It really hasn't changed from the Philippines to here, to be honest. A few new updates on how I handle my money and what apps and things like that I use. So I'm going to share that with you today. Now, some of you may say, well, Geo, I thought you've done a video like this like a year ago. Yeah, I have. And every year I get new subscribers, quite a few, and a lot of people who maybe missed the video. So I feel like it's one of those topics that kind of needs to be revisited almost on a regular basis. And so I'm going to go through that with you today and give you a few tips and hacks along the way as well. Stick around for today's video. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's a rainy day here in Bangkok. That is not smog, that's a rainstorm going on outside. You might hear some thunder as we're doing this, but looks like it's a Netflix and chill day, possibly. We'll see. Anyway, one of the most important topics that I always discuss is how you manage your money while living either in the Philippines or Thailand or just Southeast Asia in general. And that can be either living here or traveling. It doesn't really matter. You should really take the same precautions. Getting stuck with the wrong card or huge fees can cost you thousands over time. So today I'm going to share how I personally handle my money overseas, whether it be Vietnam, the Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, wherever. It really doesn't matter. And I'm going to share just how I do that by using Moretta Pay, my Capital One travel rewards card, Wise, and multiple bank accounts. And these tools make life a lot easier when you're living or traveling overseas, trust me. And definitely gives me much more peace of mind. I think a lot of people already know I had some headaches at the very beginning when I first moved to the Philippines. I had one bank account. I had no credit cards. I didn't have a Wise account. I didn't have Gcash or Moretta Pay or any of these things. I had one bank account. And it turned into a nightmare when my card was eaten by the ATM one day and I had to wire myself some money. And I had to keep doing that. And then my Remitly account was shut down for no reason. And my card didn't get to me because the Philippines mail. So I had to do like FedEx or DHL. And so it was kind of a nightmare for a little while. Ooh, a little lightning going on there. So I'm going to hopefully save you guys some time and some headaches by jumping into this today here. So number one is Moretta Pay. It's basically a prepaid cashless wallet, easy reload. It's basically convenient for local payments, works for bills, online ordering, and everyday spending. In fact, I use my Moretta Pay to go downstairs to the machine here in Thailand, scan the barcode to buy bottles of water. And I used it in the Philippines instead of Gcash. A lot of people, if they're just traveling to the Philippines, they're not going to be able to open up a Gcash account. And so Moretta Pay works for that. And it helps avoid carrying too much cash. You don't have to worry about getting robbed or losing your money or what have you. And so instead of going to the ATM and always paying 250 baht withdrawal fee, 250 peso withdrawal fee in Thailand, well, you don't have those fees. Plus, it gives you 1% cash back on your purchases. So it's kind of a win-win situation. I can just top up my Moretta Pay and use it like a debit card. And locals use it too, so it kind of blends right in. So right now, it works in Cambodia, Laos, Mongolia, Vietnam, Philippines, and Thailand. And all you have to do is switch the location. So all you have to do is go into your Moretta Pay app and switch your location up here. And you can go to location services and you switch to the country that you are currently in, whether it be Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, and then just start scanning. Wherever you see a e-wallet or a QR code payment, you can use it. And it works great. And again, you get 1% cash back on that. So that's fantastic. And you just scan the barcode here. and you get 1% cash back. By the way, if you use my Moretta Pay link down below, you will get $10 free after you funded it and purchased your first item. I believe at a certain point you get $10. And then second would be my Capital One travel rewards card. Everybody should have a credit card. It's much easier if you get fraudulent charges to dispute your charges on your credit card versus having them take money out of your bank account. So it's better to use it for hotel reservations, plane tickets. It also works if you have a hospital emergency. You know, if you have to go to the emergency, you know, and you got a big credit limit on your card, well, that works in an emergency situation as well. So, you know, with my card, there's no foreign transaction fees. I earn miles or rewards on flights, hotels, and dining, and great fraud protection, especially overseas. Now, when I book flights or hotels, I always use my Capital One card because the points add up pretty fast. Later, I redeem those points, you know, for free flights or upgrades, meals, better seats, which is huge when you're bouncing between countries in Southeast Asia. Now, if you're considering a solid travel rewards card, I'll drop my Capital One referral link in the description, and you can sign up for that today. That's a good one to have. So Moretta Pay, Capital One Rewards travel card. And then 3 is going to be Wise. Now, Wise is imperative. I pay my rent. I can use it for everyday purchases, and you can use it for international money transfer, multiple currency accounts. I used to have money in the pesos, and I would have money in dollars. And then here in Thailand, I now carry a balance for baht and also dollars. Now you can set up your Wise to, if it gets to a certain exchange rate, let's say right now the exchange rate's 32.5 baht per $1. So let's say if it ever gets to, let's say 35 baht, I want to go ahead and purchase $500 worth of baht if it hits that. Well, I can set it up in my Wise account that if it hits a certain amount, like 35 baht, I can have it automatically take 500 bucks and put it into my baht account because that exchange rate was really good. Maybe it just went up for the day and then back down, and I want to take advantage of that. So that's another way you can use Wise. I use it again to pay my rent. Simply put in the landlady's name. You put in her bank, her account number, email's optional, and then when I pay the payment, she'll be notified and it's in her account instantly. So you get real exchange rates, no hidden fees. You can hold multiple currencies. And again, let's say I get paid in US dollars, but I need pesos or baht or Vietnamese dong. Instead of paying crazy bank fees, I use Wise. And the money arrives fast, and you get basically the best exchange rate. You get the exchange rate of that exact moment of what's going on right now. Again, if you want to use my Wise link down below, you get your first money transfer for free. And then lastly, having multiple bank accounts. Now, I learned this early on too, that you should have multiple bank accounts, not just one bank account. I prefer to keep my money in the US. I still think it's the smart thing to do to keep the majority of your money in your bank account in the West. I have Navy Federal Credit Union, I have USAA. They both reverse my ATM fees up to a certain point. If you're in the US, I would recommend Charles Schwab, Fidelity, I think even maybe Capital One, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of those will refund the ATM fees. And for other countries, I don't know, maybe you can drop your suggestions down below on what banks work good for Australia or the UK or Canada, wherever. But have multiple bank accounts, more than one way to access your funds. You never know. I had a buddy the other day, his ATM ate his card. Well, he's got a second bank account, so he can just transfer funds from that or use his Wise card. I would recommend getting the Wise debit card as well. So have a couple of bank accounts, the Moretta Pay, a rewards card, and you should be more than fine for living or traveling out here in Southeast Asia. Now, you can get a local bank account, you know, if that works for you, great. Again, I don't recommend putting large sums in there unless it's necessary for something like a big purchase, like transferring funds from Wise into that. But otherwise, you know, having a local bank account's okay. I had one in Vietnam. I had one in the Philippines. Never kept a big amount in it, just a little bit. So again, it's a backup. If one account gets frozen, then you have your other card. And you got accounts in different countries for flexibility. Again, the Wise, Moretta Pay, a couple different bank accounts, a credit card, all that works. And you can take advantage of promotions, interest rates, and ease of transfers. And basically the bottom line is you never want to be stranded without money if something happens to a card or a bank account. I had this problem a few years back where, because I didn't have a US number, and they ended up closing one of my accounts down. And until I got back to the US to fix it all, I was kind of in a little bit of a bind, but I had more than one way to access money, so it wasn't the end of the world, which is what you want. You don't want it to disrupt your life, Denny. So how does this all work? How do you tie this all together? I use Moretta Pay for daily and local spending. I use my Capital One travel rewards card for flights, hotels, and big purchases. I use my Wise account for transfers and multiple currency use and paying my rent, one of the ways I use Wise. And multiple bank accounts for security and backups. It's basically what you want to do is build a safety net. Each tool covers a part of expat life. And together they make sure that I never worry about money access. And that is peace of mind when you're overseas, traveling or living. So again, if you're planning on traveling or moving out to Southeast Asia, don't just rely on one card or one account. Set yourself up properly with these tools and you'll avoid a lot of headaches. Trust me, I've been through it a few times and I wish I would have followed my own advice. But you really don't know sometimes until you kind of go through these mistakes, and now I'm set up perfectly. So again, I'll link everything that I personally use down in the description and also the pinned comment, including Capital One referral and my Geo Travel Essentials shop for Southeast Asia. If you found this helpful, I appreciate it, guys. If you hit that like button, subscribe, and share to other friends if you think they could find this information useful as well. And again, it doesn't have to be just for a move overseas. It could just be for traveling or slow travel overseas as well. It will make your trip that much better. And also another thing, do not carry all your cards in your wallet with you at one time, okay? I only carry like one card. If something happens, or maybe two cards, like my credit card and maybe one bank account. Don't carry all your cards in your wallet, so if something happens, everything's gone. Just carry one and maybe one credit card. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I am waiting for the weather to clear up, and I plan on, I got a buddy whose birthday it is today, and so we're gonna go out and celebrate his birthday, and also officially I'm gonna go out and celebrate my divorce. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Pack your bags, don't hesitate. Gio, let's go before it's too late. Time keeps slipping away from us. Keep living like this. Away from us, away from us. Gio,